We're headed off to St Ives to look for yummy things to eat. So we are doing something crazy today. We have come into St Ives in Cornwall, and this is like literally the biggest tourist destination town in Cornwall. At first we were planning to avoid St Ives because we thought that the crowds would be too bad here. And in retrospect, maybe that was the right decision. We just thought since it's the middle of September instead of July when we were planning to come, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. I'm filming this intro sitting in our car in the remote car park that we got sent to when the first car park with 1,000 spaces was already full. That's kind of a bad sign. Super windy out there. We're also gonna test the efficacy of the windscreen on my brand new super fancy microphone. So here goes nothing. As we came into town, we saw banners which reminded us of the very 2020 world we were living in. The banners asked pedestrians to walk on the left, an indication that these streets in this popular tourist town were altogether too busy. We didn't see these type of signs anywhere else. Have you seen them anywhere? Let me know in the comments. As we walked down to the waterfront, there were always lovely little cottages, and I enjoyed reading what the names were on the cute nameplates, like Tibble's Cottage, and Saltwater Cottage, and Beach Cottage. The location of these homes was so close to the sea, I'm sure each place costs an absolute fortune. Of course, I have to mention this one with my favorite name of all, Puffin Cottage. The beach in St Ives was so big and expansive, we were anxious to check it out. But we were feeling a bit peckish, so we decided to get a wee little snack to tide us over until our tea. We opted to share a delicious toasty or grilled cheese sandwich, packed with caramelized onions, chutney, and a lovely English cheddar. We bought this from an open front shop and settled to eat it along the seawall. This seemed a lovely idea, to sit on the wall and enjoy the interesting view of the many boats perched in the sand at low tide. But then, our idyllic snack in the warm sun was viciously interrupted by some aviary violence. Unfortunately, there was an evil seagull who was feeling a bit peckish as well, and he dive-bombed Ian, attacking his head in a flurry of feathers and stealing half of Ian's sandwich right out of his hand, and leaving a huge scratch up the side of Ian's neck. Of course, I had plenty of hand sanitizer on me, so I used that on Ian's neck to hopefully treat any flying vermin germs that vile creature may have been carrying when he attacked my poor hubby. After Ian recovered from his injuries, we took a walk along the beach, checking out the boats and more boats, the crab and lobster carcasses in the sand, some kind of mollusks filling the crevices in the rocks, if you know what to call these, feel free to inform me, and the cool lighthouse. If you are wondering why I didn't narrate video of this exploration, here's why. The forecast for today didn't say sunny or rainy or cloudy. It had one word: windy. Accurate. Now you can watch and laugh as I timidly cross the shallow trickle of water of the tide coming in, balancing precariously on some rocks. Aren't I quite the intrepid hiker? Hip, hip, hooray! We then walked into town where we visited the St Ives Parish church grounds, which were peaceful and less crowded. I especially enjoyed this rather cheeky-looking gargoyle on the side of the church. We also wandered through some back alleys, avoiding the crowds. This was where we found some magenta flowers, which of course I had to pose with, and then this. Does anyone else think this is really funny? And the street, Teetotal Street. And then right here next to it, there's a bunch of beer and wine bottles. We sought out a highly acclaimed place for cream tea, Full details of that and all our Cornish scones and clotted cream taste testing will be in a video coming out soon. But I will give you this spoiler. It was on this day that I discovered my absolutely favorite clotted cream ever, Rhoda's Cornish clotted cream. So delicious. We also ventured out to St Nicholas Chapel. This lovely little chapel situated at the end of a point of land with the sea on 3 sides is in both a beautiful and appropriate location, since St. Nicholas is the patron saint of sailors. No one is sure when the chapel was built, but it's probably at least 600 years old. This location is a great lookout point. Back in the day for pirates and smugglers, and now for waves and boats and birds and the huge Porthmeor Beach below. And on days like this one, it is also a very windy place. I had to snap a photo of the Coast Watch outlook for the day's weather in the area. We finished the day with a stop in Falmouth, back near where we were staying at our Airbnb, in a gorgeous area of outstanding natural beauty. We are here in Falmouth on Gillivas Beach at the Gilly Beach Cafe, and we are looking forward to having dinner. We're gonna have tapas of all this yummy Cornish seafood. Yeah. So I will get some of that on video once it gets here, unless my battery dies first. The view from our table at dinner does not suck. It's actually amazing. These are our delicious looking tapas. The scallops, the pork belly bites, roasted artichokes, and the salt and pepper squid. We are going to dig in. This is the caramel crunch, honeycomb, vanilla, and caramel ice cream with Rhoda's Cornish clotted cream and caramel bits. And it looks like some white chocolate antennae sticking out the top. Okay, try it, Ian. Toffee bits. Toffee bits. Ooh, that looks delicious.
Yep. That's good.
The beach in Falmouth had some wonderful waves that night, so we decided to take a walk along the shore to watch them. Again, I live in a pretty landlocked area, so this was big fun for me to watch the waves. I would have liked to have stayed and done that for hours, especially if it had been a bit warmer, and perhaps not so extremely windy. This was the one time in our trip that we were able to see surfers catching some waves, so that was pretty cool. On our way back to the car, we walked through the Queen Mary Gardens and admired the lovely flowers and palm trees, and found a magenta bench for another photo op. And we applauded this group of yoga enthusiasts who were getting their child's pose done out in the park, while the yoga studios were probably closed. Yes, it was a blustery day where I couldn't take a decent selfie without my hair blowing in all directions. And yes, we had frequent reminders of the caution that has been necessary throughout the world during this pandemic. But it was also a perfect day on the coast of Cornwall, and we loved it. It was an eventful day here in Cornwall, and we had a great day. I feel like there was a theme of threes. 3 themes of threes today for us. 3 bird species involved in our day. We were awakened at the mill before 7 a.m. by some very loud cockerels. And then not long after that, there was a gaggle of geese that made an enormous racket. And then here in the town, Ian was attacked by the seagull, who wanted his toasty. So those were our 3 bird run-ins today. We tried 3 types of scones, and we ate clotted cream 3 times today. So yeah, it was a big day. A lot of food, a lot of hiking, a lot of looking at the sea. So great day, and we think that this area of Cornwall is super fun. Please subscribe by hitting the little otter logo if you haven't already, and check out my other vlogs for more Magenta otter fun. Thanks so much for watching, and do something good in the world today.